Let's move on here to the next project that, I'm not going to lie, made me raise my eyebrow a bit. But I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this. The Brave and the Bold. Again, we are talking about the feature films here. This is going to be a feature film, as was The Authority, Superman Legacy. These are feature films coming. Also, The Brave and the Bold, along with introducing the DC's version of Batman. So this movie's going to be it. We're going to get our new Batman in this movie, who will exist separately from the version played by Robert Pattinson in the Batman movies, which is, of course, going to be DC Elseworlds. The Brave and the Bold will introduce the Bat family, Gunn said. First among them, here it is Robin, who is returning to fully live-action movies for the first time since 1997's ill-fated feature, Batman and Robin. This version of Robin is Damian Wayne. Gunn describes him as our favorite Robin, a little son of a bitch, an assassin, and a murderer. Damian Wayne is, of course, Bruce Wayne's biological son. In fact, unknown to Wayne for the first 8 to 10 years of Damian's life. It's a very strange sort of father-son story about the two of them, Gunn said. All right. So this tells us a couple of things. First of all, let's get this out of the way, elephant in the room, or pig in the room. I have never been for, and I think there's a reason for why the last 24 years we have not had a live-action Robin, is because the Batman, the Dark Knight Batman that we've been wanting to see on screen is not a character that takes a 9-year-old child with a stick into fighting criminals with, right? That is just not, that doesn't go along with the imagery and our ideal of Batman.
He's a loner, Dottie, a rebel.
What's that?
He's a loner, Dottie, a rebel.
That's a Warner Brothers movie. They could fold that into
it could be part of the shared
universe.
It could be part of the Elseworlds thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Pee Wee Herman shows up.
Here's the problem. Or here's the thing. Damian Wayne is a very, very different Robin from, say, your Jason Todd's, from your Dick Grayson's, from who's the one who became Red Robin?
Jason Todd.
What's that? Jason Todd. No, not Jason Todd. He became Red Hood.
That's what. Yeah.
Why am I freezing? It's my Tim Drake. It was Tim Drake. So the Tim Drake Robin is like there is a definite more lethal side. He's not your kid who's like, gosh, golly, Batman. Like he was raised very, very differently, right? And has a very different kind of mentality and outlook on life. Now, I'm going to be very, very curious to find out how old are they going to say Damian Wayne is? Are they going to say that Damian Wayne is 11 and 12 years old?
I don't think so.
In which case, I'm going to roll my eyes.
Yeah.
But they go 14, 15, 16-year-old Damian Wayne. Again, I've always said this. I'm all for bringing a Robin in if you don't do it quite accurate to the comic books and the animated stuff. Age him up a little bit. Don't make me feel like Batman is an irresponsible asshole for dragging a child into fights with criminals. But if you do that, Damian is quite an interesting way to go. Plus, it also sets up the opportunity down the road for Red Hood. It opens up the opportunity for Nightwing. Because you're saying there have been these Robins that have come before. But here's the interesting thing about that. This is interesting. We have been assuming, you have, a lot of us have been assuming that since they're going to go with a little bit of a younger Superman, like, mid-20s, maybe late 20s Superman, we have been assuming that they would probably want to age match with Batman, right? If this is a Batman that has already had Dick Grayson, that has already had Jason Todd, that has already had Tim Drake, and now is discovering they've got a son that might be 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, this kind of hints, I would think, do you agree that this Batman is going to be a little bit of an older
Mid-40s.
Batman? What do you think about this?
Totally agree. 100%.
Look, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
I mean,
I don't want to get too excited.
He says Batman family.
Yeah, the Bat family. The Bat family, which, of course, you're talking about thing like, by some definition, you're talking about Azrael. You're obviously talking about Nightwing, talking about Huntress. You're talking
Batgirl.
about there's a whole plethora. Let me ask this. Totally don't actually think this is the case. Let me be clear. I don't think this is the case. But if they are going to go with a mid-40s, whatever, Batman, any chance Ben Affleck sticks around?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but come on, give me some hope.
I think he's going to direct this movie.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, I think he's
as good as Ben Affleck is as an actor, he is a brilliant director. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, like Argo just says it all.
And the reason I think that is because I think they can adapt the script that they already have that Ben Affleck wanted to do with Terminator, Deathstroke as a villain, they put him in there because you can tell this. The thing about what's interesting about the original introduction of like Deathstroke and Teen Titans, he had his own. He had Tara infiltrating the Titans, and there's a really interesting dynamic there. And I think that if Ben Affleck directs this, they can easily put the Damian Wayne storyline, because what a really cool dynamic that we've never seen before. The problem with the Batman movies that we've got is it's Batman goes after criminals, and in Batman Forever, and then with Robin, and then Batman and Robin was done badly. I mean, the world's different now. The dynamic with Batman having Damian Wayne involved is you've got a whole new dynamic with Batman that you've never looked at. And I think Ben Affleck's going to direct this movie, and they might adapt his Terminator story.
Now, again, to be clear, I do not believe Ben Affleck is going to be in this movie.
Right.
Obviously, I'm just saying, hey, if this is a Batman that's already been, maybe he's the right age. That's just me being.
I mean, and by the
thinking.
way, as far as cinema history, you have an actor who's portrayed Batman, who is a huge Batman fan, who's developed a Batman script already to direct.
That some people inside of Warner Brothers say is the greatest Batman script ever written.
Yeah, and he comes back, and he's already a director that's made 4 movies at Warner Brothers, won Best Picture. If I was Ben Affleck, I'd be like, you know what? He's probably already signed. They're just not going to announce it yet. Why? Because the script's not ready.
Now, for those of you who don't know, James Gunn has already said publicly that they would love to have Ben Affleck direct a project for them. It's just a matter now of finding the right fit. What's the right project for him? He could be playing coy. Maybe it's the Batman. Listen, I'll be down for anything Ben Affleck directs in the DC universe, but oh my God, if they could find a way to take that Terminator script, Batman Terminator script, and work it into their Gods and Monsters overall storyline.
I mean, because they don't say anything about the villain.
No.
They say, now we're going to add the Batman family in this because the conflict is still the same. You just add the Batman family element, and they change the script around. But that's what Warner Brothers does. They've taken scripts that exist and reworked them because they've already paid for that script.
Would it make sense if Damian Wayne? It's so hard for me not to say Damon Wayans. It's so hard.
Me too. I'm saying that
Buster Douglas.
Come on, Aaron, homie, don't play that.
Would it make any sense to the comic book gods over there on the other side of the room for Damian Wayne to come in as sort of his lost child that comes back, and he's, like troubled white male youth, and he's getting in all sorts of trouble, and then his dad, Batman, comes in and kind of like helps him find his way and makes him into Robin? Or does that completely...
No, that's not tremendously unlike the basic themes of the thing. Again, a lot of it's going to depend on how are they going to age Damian. How far are they going to stick to the roots of the Al Ghul heritage and stuff like that? Are they going to stick to that? Are they going to play around with that a bit? A lot of questions up in the air, but again,
they did say Batman family.
Yep, the Bat family is going to be the entryway into the Bat family. So we're going to
Bat family hang out
in the Hall of Family.
We're going to get Nightwing. They didn't announce it today, but clearly by saying Batflame, we're going to get Nightwing. Huntress is a really cool character. I think Huntress is going to be a lot of them. Anyway, guys, what do you think about the sounds of the Brave and the Bold? Let us know in the comments. All right, let's move on to the next one here.
And by the way, what a cool title.
Yes.
Not Batman, but the Brave and the Bold.
Is that not the name? Is that not
like a animated?
Yeah, that's the name of one of their animated things, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be Batman, Brave and the Bold, but still.
I should point out one thing. You know what they didn't announce? Somebody sent me this link earlier today. Somebody sent me a link earlier today. Well, it was last night. Sent me a link to a video I did in 2014 where I basically said, we were talking about Batman Beyond. And I said, I guarantee. I said, whenever you say someday could, the answer is always yes, someday it could happen. But I said, I guarantee we are not going to get a Batman Beyond in the next 10 years. They sent me the video clip of this. And this is going into 2025 now. But who knows? But there's no Batman Beyond announcement. But I wouldn't be surprised. If we under James Gunn, hey, for everybody who is wanting a Batman Beyond, it has never been more possible than under James Gunn.
Yeah, and Michael Keaton is Batman. It's the Elseworlds movie. They haven't announced yet.
Just not going to come anytime soon.
Dream the impossible dream.
We want to thank a sponsor of this video, MasterClass. MasterClass offers classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class instructors at the very top of their fields. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. And MasterClass is completely accessible on your phone, the web, smart TV, and available via audio mode to listen to classes on the go. They have over 2,500 video lessons from over 180 of today's most brilliant minds. They're all available anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Now, obviously around here on the John Campea Show, we love our movies, so why not learn filmmaking from Jodie Foster, or maybe directing from Ron Howard himself, or the great Neil Gaiman doing his masterclass on the art of storytelling. And you guys have heard me talk about my favorite masterclass, Business Strategy and Leadership by Big Papa Iger himself, Bob Iger, the new and returning CEO of Disney. So guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Just go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.